Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be going over the Sephora Spring Savings Event. What is in my cart and, maybe some recommendations for you guys. I am so excited about this. I have been looking and putting things in my cart for the last 2 weeks in preparation for this because you guys know this only comes around twice a year, spring and the holidays, and I was just ready for it. Not only am I excited about this event, but I'm also excited about this video. You guys know how much I love to film these. I love talking about things that I truly enjoy. And just like my last Sephora Savings event, they are sponsoring this video. So thank you to them. I truly appreciate you. For any of you who have not signed up for the Beauty Insider program, this is a free rewards program with Sephora, and I will leave that information down below. Signing up is free, so make sure that you do so you can take advantage of this event as well as many other perks, because as you shop you will earn points which will get you more and more rewards. You'll receive higher savings for future events as well as many other perks like access to certain products early and exclusive events. The Sephora Spring Savings Event starts early for ROUGE members like myself, April 17th through May 1st using code SPRINGSAVE to get 20% off. VIB member access starts on April 21st and runs through the 27th. You're getting 15% off, same code. And then for all tiers, ROUGE, VIB, and Insiders, all member access, whether you are ROUGE, VIB, or an insider, that is April 23rd through April 27th. Again, that is for all members. If you're an insider, you're going to receive 10% off, and again, same code. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and talk about some makeup and beauty products. I tried to rein this in as much as I possibly could because I feel like I go ham every single time. I'm not gonna lie, my cart is full. My cart is definitely full, but I tried to make this as compact as I possibly could. But I'm not gonna lie to you, there's a lot here, and I have them kind of grouped together. So I'm gonna start off with the Complexion. Let's start off with Complexion. I'm gonna start off with a primer that I have been raving about, and it is from Tacha. This beauty right here, it is the Tacha Liquid Silk Canvas. I've been using this to death, and I love it so much. You need one pump. One pump is all you need, and this is going to give you just a beautiful finish to the skin. It's going to make your makeup look very smooth. It's going to make it last longer, and it's going to create a barrier and protect your skin. This is just something I cannot rave about enough. I know you guys are probably tired of me talking about it by now, but I can't. I just can't. I love it so much, and this is something that will work for all skin types. I think it is phenomenal. For foundations, I narrowed it down to 2. I can't even believe I was able to do that. However, if you're interested in more than what I'm just speaking about today, I have several of these videos for these events, so make sure you check them out. Anything I've talked about, I still would recommend. These are the 2 foundations that I am going to talk about today. The first one is the one that I am currently wearing. It's the Makeup Forever Reboot Foundation. I love this for just daily wear. It gives me a light medium coverage. I feel like it's nothing on my skin. I love the way it looks. I don't feel like I look cakey or heavy or anything like that, but I feel like after everything is done, I just look perfected. But on a no makeup day, this is really nice as well. And this is a foundation that again is going to work for a lot of different skin types. It's just very versatile. The shade that I wear is Y315. And again, the Makeup Forever Reboot Foundation. The other one, I have already gone through one of these and repurchased. This is the Estee Lauder Futurist Hydra Rescue Moisturizing Makeup Broad Spectrum SPF 45. That is also a mouthful. The shade that I wear in this is 2-in-1 Desert Beige. I think that I'm actually going to put what I think is going to be my summer shade into my cart. I just haven't decided what that is going to be yet. So I'm going to have to look at some swatches and whatnot and see and take advantage of my 20% off. I would recommend it to people that have dry skin, combo skin, and normal. Oily, this might be a little bit too much, but also you might end up liking it because it's so hydrating. A lot of times oily skin needs that hydration, but you could get oily with it, especially with the summer coming up. But combo, normal, and dry, definitely dry, I highly recommend this one. It's one of my holy grails. Wasn't expecting it to be, but again, I've already gone through one. Love this foundation. A powder foundation that I would recommend is from Urban Decay. I'm going to show you. I know I just showed you guys this recently, but yeah, this is very, very, very well loved. It's the Stay Naked The Fix Powder Foundation, and I find this to be a medium coverage, but I like to use a really fluffy brush, and I will either set my makeup or buff. Today, I use this to buff over everything so that I wasn't too glowy, and I just think it's so beautiful, and it's something that I really like to carry around with me. I don't feel like I look dry with it on, but it definitely mattifies my skin, but I don't feel cakey or anything like that. So I already have one more, but I think that I am probably going to go ahead and put another one in my cart because this is something that I clearly use. If you're looking for a great touch-up powder, this is definitely one that I would suggest. If you're looking for something to just throw on and you don't want to fuss with foundation, like a liquid foundation or anything like that, it's just, this is really, really nice. Again, I would say oily and combo skin is what I would suggest. But at the same time, when I use this to kind of just lightly dust all over when I'm dry, I don't have any issues with it. I have a few other products that kind of go along those lines, but they're things that I'm just replacing. And I just want to, I'm talking about all the things that I'm recommending and then all the things that I am putting in my cart kind of separately. So I think I'm confusing myself. Anywho, let's move on to like face color and highlight. First off, highlight. I am so excited that this is back, and I did see that it is limited edition. I was wondering whether or not it was limited or if it was going to come back permanently, but on the Sephora site it says limited edition, so I think it's just going to be for a little while. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm going to get another one. I know that is excessive. I told you I've already purchased one more, but this is something that I absolutely love. The texture, I stopped using it because I was scared that I was going to go through it. And you guys are probably thinking, you can't go through a highlighter. Watch my empties. I can go through a highlighter. I highlight everything. This is the Metallic Strobe Lighting Palette from Hourglass. I like to take a brush and just go through all of them. This gives me the most beautiful, radiant glow. I can make it intense and I can make it soft, and it doesn't have texture to it. It's so lovely. So let me show you the shades individually. This is what they look like, and then what they look like when they're all together. That's the tone you get when they're all together. So I like to just take them so that I evenly go through them. There's not going to be one that's left behind when I'm all done with it. So I just go all the way across, and that works really well for my skin tone. I'm hearing thunder, it's storming and all this stuff outside. Next up, YSL. This is the 3D All Over Glow. You guys know what's about to happen. I'm gonna throw something on the floor. This one shocked me. I just wasn't expecting it. You see this? This just looks like a powder, right? No, this is what I have on my forehead right now. I used several different highlighters today because I was playing, but I like this a lot because it, again, does not have anything chunky in it. I can get just a lit from within type of glow and not feel like I look like it's overdone. I can get a very natural look out of this, and it smells amazing. And this is going to work for several different skin tones. I wouldn't go so far as saying this is going to work on darker complexions, but it's going to work on light, medium, and medium tan. It's just beautiful. I'll show you a swatch, but really you can't see a whole lot. It has this peachiness to it that I just love. There's something about that slight little peach tone in highlighters that I love. Peach highlighters is like the new thing for me. It's just the new thing. All right, some blush. This one is from Jouer. This is the Darling palette. This is the newest edition. There's two. So this one, and then there's a darker one as well. This one is going to be great. So great if you are fair. I am light medium and this works on me. I don't think it's going to go much higher than that, but they have several other ones. Adore. I love that one. That's the first one I've ever gotten, and it's what made me get this one. I also love their bronzer. I have the bronzer on right now. It's just such a great formula. Let me show you the two different swatches there. So you have a pink and then like this warm peachy tone. I like to mix them, but then recently I've used this shade by itself, and it kind of doesn't look like a blush. It almost just looks like a lighter bronzer, and then you add the highlight and you have this glow. And with the sunshine and the flowers and everything, it just makes me feel very summery, just like warmth on my skin. Out of all my new blushes though, I think that this is the one that I grabbed for the most. It is from NARS and is the Overlust Cheek Palette. So this has 3 different blushes in here. These two right here are my favorite. I either use them separately or together. I like to mix them. Let me show you each of the blushes. The formula is incredible, incredible. NARS has just done something. I also really love Behave. That one, gorgeous. If you're looking for a neutral pink, that's not going to be too pink, but it's not going to be peachy or anything like that. And it's not the same color as what's in here. That one's really nice. And then these highlights up here, very, very natural. They have this really like, not too creamy, but a kind of creamy texture to them. And you can build them up, but I think that they look beautiful just softly applied to the skin. They're not overwhelming. So I wouldn't suggest this to somebody who is looking for something that's like ping, but something that is going to give you a nice lit from within glow. Beautiful. Let's talk about what is currently on my face, and this kills it. Packaging and what's inside just kills it. This is from Natasha Denona, and it is the Love Glow Cheek Palette. First off, packaging. Do you see this? It's so pretty. I'm very easily amused, not gonna lie, but this this does it for me. I love it so much. But the inside, this is where the magic happens, you guys. And I'm not even a big fan of glittery highlights, but this, I don't know if you guys see, look, I have dug at this. I have it on my brow arch right now. I was gonna put it on my cheeks, but I decided not to. I left it just right there for today. But I have on the cream blush, a little bit of, what is this one? The Super Glow, a little bit further back, and then I have the Glow Impact Powder as my highlight down here. And then I have the YSL up here and then on my nose and my chin. It's stunning. This is so gorgeous. I would love to have this palette in a warmer version, in a more neutral version, because this formula is beautiful. I just find it so easy to use. And the Glow Cream base, technically it is a base for the highlight, but that's what I have on as my blush. And then this is again further back. It's just gorgeous. I love this. I like this more than I do the original one, which, oh my gosh, what was that one called? I see it in my head and I cannot remember what it's called, but you guys know what I'm talking about. The Bloom, I just remembered. That cheek palette is going to lead me straight over to eyes and the Love palette from Natasha Denona for the eyes. This came out for Valentine's Day, and I remember looking at it thinking, oh, well, it's going to be like the Lila palette, or it's going to be a little bit like the Cranberry palette, the Sunrise palette. And it's nothing like any of them. These are just different. I love this. You have to like pink to like this palette, but I definitely do. This is just something that I find to be so beautiful, and I like the different textures in here. There's 2 of the creamy ones, like the creamy mattes. It's Commitment and Dream. These are stunning. I love this all over for a purple eye look. And then this is Commitment. I really like this. It's in the Metropolis palette a lot more. I really enjoy that formula. There's only 2 in here, so if that's something that you don't like, there's only 2, but you can use them as bases for these shimmers and really make them pop. It's just a really, really well done palette. This Charlotte Tilbury Instant Eye Palette in Pillow Talk. Be still my heart. I am really feeling these pink tones. I really am. It's a whole new thing for me. This gives you the pinks with the wearable. So if this is too much for you, the Love palette, but you want to have pink, but you just don't want to be that dedicated to it, this is a really, really great option. The mattes in here are phenomenal. They are so pigmented. This is going to work on a wide variety of skin tones because of the amount of pigmentation that are in them. These mattes are so blendable, so creamy, so pigmented. The metallics are beautiful. They're not too intense, but they're not lackluster either. So if you wanted to have like a work appropriate look, this is so great. This is a top drawer palette for me, and it's how I created this look right here, along with some other things I'm going to talk about. But I used this shade and this shade mixed. I just took them and just went back and forth with my brush, and I have that in my crease. I didn't bring it all the way in. I just went all the way into my crease. I used the Anastasia Beverly Hills primer for my eyes so that my white right here would be really, really popping. I just went in with a white shadow and set everything before I did it. But then I took this shade right here and I created a very, very thick wing. And then I went in with this right here, again from Charlotte Tilbury. I have already purchased a backup of this, or I don't know, do I need another one? I don't need another one. I've already got a backup of this, but you can see how small it. All right, you guys, if I look a little different, it is because my power went out, which you probably saw, and then I waited for hours. I actually ended up taking a nap, and then it came back on for all of 10 minutes, went back off. We had storms yesterday. It was just a mess, and it was off for the rest of the day. So if I look a little bit different, I did my best to do my makeup like exactly how I had it yesterday and the outfit and everything, but yeah, I'm just a little miscombobulated. All I know is I know I was talking about the Pillow Talk eyeliner and how much I love it. So let me just start back there. This is amazing. It is I feel like I'm going to repeat myself. This is my new black. Like, this color is the new black and it's the new brown. I wear it with so many different things. And this is what it looks like. It's basically a reddened brown. And I just think it's so beautiful. Again, this is on my eyes right now on the front portion. This lasts on me all day long. And it's something that I have found myself reaching for over and over and over again. So this is something I highly recommend. The other liner I have on my eyes to create the wing and add just like a little bit more depth is this beauty right here from Melt Cosmetics. Again, this is a reddened brown and it is stunning. I really enjoy this formula as well. It almost looks wet when you're looking at it. It's very creamy. It is not as thick as other gel liners I have used. And by the way, this is called Burnish. I'm not sure if I said that, but it's very creamy. It goes on pretty wet and then it's super, super matte. And again, all day wear out of this. I'm going to give you guys a little swatch. There you go. So you can see it's deeper than the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk liner, but it's just a red and brown. Now, hopefully you guys can see that up against my black sweater right here. All right, back to eyeshadow palette. So I already told you about the Pillow Talk Instant Eye Palette. Again, that's what's on my eyes right now, along with the liners and the Love Glow palette. The first one I want to talk about is from Artist Couture. This has been just amazing. It's going to be in my favorites this month. Spoiler alert. It's just so lovely. Everything in here performs so well. And this is called the Supreme Nudes, again by Artist Couture. I have not taken off the little film so I don't blind you guys. The shades in here are so pigmented that they are going to work for just about anybody. They're creamy, they're blendable. I have no issues with them. I love that they put this green, or he put this green in the palette, because it just gives it a little something extra. So if you wanted to add a little bit of color without it being over the top, you could. And mixing this green with the gold, It's beautiful. Again, it's just an amazing quality palette. I can't tell you how many times I have picked this next palette up. This is one of my current most used palettes, and it is from Too Faced. It is the Born This Way, the Natural Nude. So I have a lot of nudes here. This one gives you a stunning range. And again, pigmentation. You have the lighter tones all the way to the deeper tones. Nice section of like a neutral type of look. You have the pinky vibe and then the warmer, not too warm, but slightly warmer tones there. And I love that this palette has the larger mattes. I'm going to go through a matte way quicker than I will any of the metallics. That's just how it is. I use mattes much more than metallics. So I think this was really well thought out in that aspect. But I use this with everything. And the last palette that I want to suggest is from Natasha Denona. And I had gotten so excited about this palette that I didn't even realize that there was 3 shades in here that were already in other palettes. I'm telling you, I said it in my video. I got so excited about the look of this and the colors that were in it. I didn't look at the color names. I didn't do any research. I just added to cart and I purchased it. And I'm glad that I did. So this is the Mini Retro palette. Again, I have a review on this as well. And what I have to say about the shades that are already in other palettes are that they're actually a little bit better. So not necessarily though this one right here that's in the 28 pan. This is a palette that I adore. It's just gorgeous. If you love greens and browns, this is amazing. But the shade that is the same is this one right here, Industrial. Let me swatch them both for you really quickly. This is Industrial in my 28 pan palette, and I've had this for years, ever since it was first released, and it has still not gone bad. And then this is the one from the Mini Retro. I actually think, like, when I'm doing this right now and it's further away, I feel like this one's a little bit deeper, but when I look at them side by side, I don't know. There might be a slight difference there. Because when I'm in different light, they look exactly the same, and then, like, so if I'm looking over here, they look exactly the same. But then when I'm putting it right straight up against the light like that, I feel like this one's a little deeper. I wonder if you guys can see that on camera. Either way, beautiful. And then this shade is Galaxia, and it came from the Star palette. Now, this is something that I love, but a lot of people had issues, especially with this shade. It is very crumbly in this palette. So, like, if you just, it's going to fall. Do you see the fall? Like, it fallout. It has a lot of fallout in this palette right here. I never minded because I just thought it was beautiful and I would use glitter glue or spray it. But in this palette, it is so much better. It's a much better formula. You're not going to have the struggle to get it on your eyes. You're not going to have to use any glitter glues or anything like that. It just goes on. That is this shade right here. Again, you're not seeing any fallout from the pan like you did in the Star. This is it. And then the last shade that is in another palette is Vintage Taupe right here, which is also in the Natasha Denona Tropic palette. This one right here. That leaves these two being the new ones to the palette, and this green is special. It's like a grayish green. It has a lot of pigmentation to it. Again, I know I keep saying that, but that's what I look for in something that I'm going to recommend. I want good quality, and I feel like this is a really good quality palette. And even though I have all of the shades in other palettes, I can tell you already that the Tropic palette, you know, is kind of, it's on, you know, half good, half bad with that one. So if you don't have the Tropic palette because you weren't a fan of it, you have that beautiful Vintage Taupe shade in here. And then if you liked the Star palette and hated that one shade Galaxia, you've got it in here. So I just think this is such a good palette, and to have them all together, I love the vibe of this palette. I'm going to finish off the eye category with the top 3 mascaras that I have been loving the most recently. No particular order, but the first one is from Fenty Beauty, and this is the Full Frontal Mascara. If you're looking for something that is going to give you a lot of volume and really dramatize your lashes, this is what I would suggest. Let me show you the wand. The wand is very, very neat. It's a little bit more fat this way and then thin when you turn it to the side. I use it to the side, and I can just build and build and build. With all of these mascaras, you can build with them. I do not like to have clumpy lashes. I don't mind like a little bit where it just makes your lashes look like they're a little bit more voluminous, but I don't like clumpy where it looks like you have 5 lashes and that's it, they're all stuck together. That drives me crazy. All of these mascaras will separate, add length and volume. The next one is from Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is the Lash Brag mascara, and this has what I think most people love in a mascara wand. I think most people, I could be wrong, but I think a lot of people prefer the Hourglass wand, and that is what this has. Again, you're gonna get a lot of length, volume, and separation, and it's very, very black. The formula on this is very neat. It's kind of like a gel-like consistency. Both this one and the Fenty are not dry, but they're not really wet either. And I have found that as I have used them, they just keep getting better and better and better, and they aren't drying up on me super quick, which is something that I run into sometimes with some of my favorite mascaras because I prefer a slightly drier mascara. This one is a little bit drier, but it's not so dry that I think it's going to run out really quickly. This is from Tarte. I have already purchased the full size, and I actually have another one of these because Sephora and their deluxe samples makes me so happy because it's such a good way to try out products, is to get your hands on the deluxe size before you buy. And this is the Tarte Surf Curl. This has a traditional wand. It's just straight, slightly more narrow at the tip. This is the one that I would say gives you the best of all the worlds. It's going to give you length, it's going to be black, it's going to be volumizing, and it's going to separate. This is what I have on my lashes right now. And I have to say, I do have natural curl to my lashes, but I think that this mascara makes them just a little bit more curled, which I really, really like. Moving on to lips, I want to talk about these glosses from Dior. They've stolen my heart. They have stolen my heart. I'm really happy with these, and I've been carrying them around with me in my purse, just throwing it on. I love putting these on top of other lipsticks or even just on top of a liner. The formula has color pigmentation to it, not overwhelmingly so, but just enough to where you could wear the gloss by itself, and then it's not too thin or too thick, and it's not too sticky, but you know that it's going to last and just kind of stay in place instead of moving around on your lips. These are my 2 favorites. This one right here is the one I tend to put on top of my lipstick or glosses, my liners the most. This one is the shade Dior So Light, number 354. And these are the Dior Addict Stellar glosses. Let me swatch these. Oh, the applicator. Oh, I love this applicator. I love that companies are moving more towards this. It's like a paddle. It's a little thicker and it's curved instead of the traditional smaller doe foot, because this gets it on much easier, much quicker. This is number 354. It's a beautiful light pink with a slight, very slight peachiness to it. And then J'adore. This is number 640. I'm gonna put that right on top. There it is. So you could see the nice shine that you get from the gloss. And then the pigmentation is just perfect. Not too much, not too little. This is something that I have already added to my cart because I am almost out. Look, that's all I have left. Just that little nub. This is from Pat McGrath, and it's one of the lip balms in the shade Blow Up. So let me show you. You're going to see I have a little bit of a theme of the colors that I like. There it is down at the bottom. I can wear this all by itself, and I feel like my lips are conditioned, but then they look like I have added something. So it doesn't, I could wear this with this makeup look, and it doesn't look like I just forgot about my lips. But instead of wearing an actual lipstick, I'm doing myself a little bit of a favor by wearing a balm. Now I'm gonna get into skincare, which will then transition into what is in my Sephora cart. And I'm gonna start off with something that I just purchased. I haven't even opened it up yet. I got it and then I just set it aside because I knew I wanted to talk about it in the video. And I said, if I open this, then I am going to forget about it. But it is from Tacha. It is the water cream. I love this so much during the summer and hot months because I am combo and this gives me hydration and everything, but it doesn't leave me oily. It's not too thick and it wears really well under makeup. And this is the Gratitude size. It's limited edition. I'm excited to open this up. Oh, it's so pretty already. This is the top of it. So you've got this spatula. I'm not going to open this because I'm not quite ready to use it. So I don't want to, you know, open it and let air get into it. So this is a spatula. So you can dip it out with that instead of using your fingers. That's on the top. And then the flowers on the front. The packaging of this is beautiful. It's so pretty that I might end up keeping this and putting future water creams in it whenever I open up new ones. I know that's extra, but I really like this packaging. I just think it's really beautiful. The amount that you're getting in this is 75 mils or 2.5 fluid ounces. Nice. Does anybody else struggle with like blackheads or just clogged pores on your nose, or is it just me? I know it's not just me. This is a game changer. If you have been using like the pore strips, those break you out like they do me, but nothing else seems to really get the stuff out of your nose. Meet the Derma Pore from Derma Flash. This, let me show you. You can hear it. The first setting, you're going to take that on a wet face. Your face has to be clean, and you can actually go all over. You don't want to put pressure on it. So you don't want to like take it and like press down. You literally are just going to go across your skin like this, and the ultrasonic waves are just going to help push all the impurities out of your pores. Again, you can go all over your face, but I like to really concentrate on my nose. If I have any issues with my pores, those tend to stay a little bit more clear right here on this part of my face. But the nose pores and the chin pores, that's where I have the most problems. So I take this and I really get everything out, and I'm telling you, it works. I was a little skeptical about it, but this thing works. And I've gotten several comments from a lot of you saying that you've gotten this and how amazed you are. It's like gross, but really, really satisfying at the same time because it just gets everything out. And then my makeup goes on so much better, so much smoother. It doesn't dry me out. It doesn't make me break out, which those pore strips can do, at least for me. I love how easy it is to use. More skincare. This is the Proteiny Polypeptide Cream from Drunk Elephant. If you saw my Pamper With Me session, I talked about this. When this originally came out, I wasn't a huge fan. My skin has changed immensely. I have been on this whole roller coaster of trying to figure out what I need and what I don't. I'm combo, but I feel like I need a little bit more moisture than what I used to. And I've been on this whole thing. So I tried this out again, and in combination with this serum right here, which I will talk about in a second, it's wonderful. I have found like the perfect little cocktail for underneath my makeup when I don't want it to be too heavy. So I don't want to have a bunch of like oily mess underneath my makeup to make it slide around. This sinks into my skin really nicely. It makes my skin feel really nice and supple. It's so good. So this is something that I've actually really been enjoying. Now, things that I need to get backups of. The essence from Tacha. This is my holy grail when it comes to essences. It's just, I don't even really feel like trying anything else because I love this so much. This is something along with the Tacha Camilla One Step Cleansing Oil that I always have. If I have a backup and I open a backup, I go ahead and I purchase another one because I can't be without these two things in my skincare routine. The essence is what I use first day and night. So I will take this and I put it all over, and it's going to help really plump up the skin and make it ready for your next skincare item, which for me is my serum, but I'm talking about this right now. So let me finish off with this. This cleansing oil is one of the only ones that doesn't break me out. I'm acne prone, and I've tried so many different ones from so many different brands, whether it is an oil like this or in the balm form. I will get a residue that will be left on my skin, or I break out from so many that other people love, and I get it, we're all different, and I don't break out. Not saying that you won't, but I'm saying that I don't, and that is huge for me. This is a holy grail item as well. Tatcha works really well for me. I also suggest the Dewy Skin Cream. I love the Violet Sea Mask and the Silk Peony Eye Cream. There's just so many things from Tatcha that have done wonders for my skin. Okay, moving on to La Mer. I've gone in deep, you guys. It's happened. And I don't think that you have to spend an arm and a leg on your skincare. This is just what is in my cart, and what has been working wonders for me. And I have sworn for so long, I was like, I'm not going to get into La Mer, da, 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 da. Sometimes, you know, you just don't know. And again, my skin is changing and I feel like I'm needing more. I'm feeling like I need different things than what I used to need. But anywho, I think this is a whole nother rant there. This is the Revitalizing Hydrating Serum. You guys have seen me use this all the time. I'm talking about it and raving about it. This is my #1 when it comes to hydrating serums. There's definitely other essences out there like the Belief Hungarian Water Essence. Tacha has one. Several brands have really nice hydrating serums and essences, but this one, there's something about it that works far better than anything else I've ever used in my life, my skincare life. I use 1 pump, no more than that, so I'm not running through this, and I apply it directly after the Tacha essence. So that 1 pump spreads easily across my face because I've already put something on there to help really bring things in. So 1 pump of this, my skin feels baby soft already, but then this is where I've gone off the deep end, you guys. And Drew, I blame this on you. I know that you are watching this. I was convinced that I was going to break out from this, that I was going to have just pimples galore. I am sensitive and acne prone, but I talked to him and I did a little bit more research and I landed on this little baby here. This one's empty. It's completely gone. It's gonzo. This is the La Mer Moisturizing Soft Cream. So they have different ones. There's one that is for more dry skin. This one is really great for combo, normal, whatever. And then there's one that's for oily skin. It's more of a gel type of formula. This didn't break me out, didn't cause any kind of issues, but my skin has been looking so much better. Tested out the mini size. I graduated up to, this is the, what size are you? I think it's the fluid ounce. Yeah, the 1 ounce size. And I'm just going to go ahead and take advantage of this spring savings event and get the biggest size that I can get, use my 20% off and just have it. I'm just going to go all in because these last 24 months, just a couple more products that are in my Sephora basket, 3 to be exact. I need to get a backup of my favorite concealer. This is the Giorgio Armani Power Fabric Concealer. I have it on right now. I love it because it's the perfect consistency. It's not all the way matte. Now, if I put it on my hand with no skincare underneath it, it's matte. But obviously I wear my eye cream and I also wear my Becca Under Eye Anti-Fatigue Primer. So it doesn't end up being completely matte on me, but it blurs everything. It ends up being like a satin type of finish and then I will powder it and then it's matte, but it's more of a natural look. It's thinner, and usually thinner consistency concealers do not look really well on me. They will end up making me look a little bit crepey. This one doesn't. I have used this ever since it has come out. It's been over a year now, hasn't it? I feel like it has. Then I need to pick up my Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter. This has not changed. How many years have I used this? How many years have I talked about it? It just hasn't changed. It's the only thing that will actually keep my brow hairs up and keep them from doing peace signs, because if I use anything else, my brows fall. And then I also feel like I need to go ahead and purchase another one of these. This is from Milk Makeup. This is the Blur Stick. I love this because it is silicone free. If you have oily skin or if you're just oily on your pores, silicone can be a little tricky. Sometimes it's okay, but sometimes it can make your makeup just slide off. It can make your pores look bigger. Initially, it looks really smooth, but then at the end of the day, not so cute. My hands are clean. I will take it on my fingers and press it into my skin. I go on the side of my nose and then press right along my face, right where the pores are, and it smooths everything out. All right, you guys, that is it for my Sephora Spring Savings Event recommendations and what is in my cart. Just a reminder, if you're not signed up for the Beauty Insider program, make sure that you are. There's just so many incentives to do so. You're going to be able to climb those tiers as you are shopping with Sephora and get great perks. When you sign up to be an Insider member, you're going to earn 1 point per dollar. And then once you spend $350 in a calendar year, you're going to move up to VIB and you're getting 1.25 points per dollar. And then you can climb up again by spending $1,000 in a calendar year to become a ROUGE member. With the Beauty Insider program, obviously you're going to get access to seasonal savings like this. You're going to get a birthday gift. There's free standard shipping once you get to ROUGE. ROUGE members also get early access to products as well as exclusive events. And then the Rewards Bazaar, that's where you turn in your points to get rewards. That's available to everybody. There's also things like beauty makeovers, ton of things with this program. So if you haven't signed up already, I'm leaving that linked down below. I hope all of you enjoyed this video. Remember to mark your calendars for the Sephora Spring Savings Event, April 17th through May 1st for ROUGE members, April 21st through 29th for VIB members, and April 23rd through 27th for Insider members as well as all members using the code SPRINGSAVE. I love you all, stay safe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.